Hello, so this video is just to kind of show you around the new Simple Syllabus, and so that's what we're going to have to do moving forward in the spring of 2026. And so I've already kind of played around with it a little bit, but I'm going to go ahead, just make a short video, at least making sure everybody knows where to find it and all that good stuff. So you want to find your classes for spring of 2026, and so here, let me click on, let's see. I guess it's this one right here, but this is my online, so it'll be a little different than my other ones. But all right, so once you click on your course, you'll go to course management, and at the very bottom, it'll say Simple Syllabus. So click on that. All right, give it a second to open. And so, like I said, I've already kind of been messing around with this, but the first part right here kind of gives you a little overview of it. One of the things I'll point out is there is a import tool right here, and there is a way to, so once you do one of your syllabi, you can import another one that you've already completed. Um, so for even like the co-recs, there's probably quite a bit of overlap. So you could import it and then go back and make any adjustments you need because things might be slightly different. Okay, so the nice thing about this is there will be a bunch of things already in here. So right here, it actually, I didn't put this in here. It was already here. It has my section number, the semester, all that good stuff. It has credit hours. Now it has course time right here, but that's incorrect. That's not correct. I don't know why that is, but anyways, that's incorrect. So, you can put that down here. So I went ahead and put what day and time in the room um, right here. So, you can put it however you want to format it. Then instructor information um, right here. So part of this, I believe, was already here. Let me go to edit real quick. So, okay, so when you go to edit, you're going to fill out this information right here. And then they call it student engagement hours now for your office hours. And so if you're teaching online, you could just put, by appointment or something like that. Or if you have a designated time that works best for you, you could say these times are best to make an appointment. Then the department/division contact information, you should have that on one of your old syllabus. So I would definitely have whatever you used recently in front of you, and you can just kind of cut and paste. And that's what I did here. I just cut and paste, and it looks good too. I didn't have to, there's no having to adjust the format or anything like that. And then right here, a welcome message if you want. I don't have anything right now. So if it doesn't have the asterisk, you don't have to, you're not required to put anything there. So I just left it blank for now. And then you can just hit save. Since I didn't make any changes, I'm just gonna close it. Um, so that's that part. Then course overview, that's already in there. I didn't have to do that. And then if I want to add something, I can, or if not, I can leave it blank. Student learning outcomes, once again, they're already there. Don't have to worry about that. Uh, for international students right now, I just went ahead and made it invisible and left it blank. And then, so that little toggle switch right there, that's how you can make things visible or invisible. So right here, honors faculty, no, I'm not part of that, so I just skip that. Then they give a little blurb about the STAR bundle. And so if you're using one of those resources, that's fine. I right here, I'm using, so I got this information. I had to go on to OpenStax because I'm using OpenStax. But if you're using Pearson or McGraw-Hill or whatever, that information should be in your updated, whatever syllabus you used recently. But if you need help finding any of that information, let me know. But in OpenStax, I was able to find this pretty easy right here. So I put this information in. And then additional materials, I used My Open Math as my homework platform. But if you're using, once again, Pearson or Alex or whatever, you could put that information in here for your students to see whatever they need to know about that. But I guess if you are using one of those, it's going to be part of that STAR bundle anyways, and so that's how they're going to access that material. Um, So technology requirements, this was actually already here. I did not type this and it's locked. So I can't even adjust it if I wanted to. So that's here. Important course dates. So it does have the start, end date, official day of roll, and midday roll or midpoint roll. I'm sorry. And so I went ahead and added in like, okay, what is ODR? And that you will get dropped if you're not participating. And then the withdrawal date. This is inaccurate. I'll have to update it, and I'll send that out to the withdrawal dates. But you might want to put that in here because I guess yeah they don't have it listed. So I have to fix that for spring. Uh, so final exam or project. So if you want to put in the final exam date, that's fine. But as far as other dates, you don't really want to do that because if you change something, you have to update the syllabus and then it has to get reapproved. So once you finish this and you submit it, um, if you're an adjunct, it has to get approved by me. And if you're full-time, then Ellen has to approve it. And so anyways, just something extra that we probably don't want to have to deal with. So any dates that aren't firm, like the final exam is firm, that's not going to change. But like your unit exams, I would just maybe say find unit exam dates in D2L and maybe just list them in D2L if you want to do that. Okay, grade determination. This is pretty basic stuff. And so I just copied and pasted this to here. And then says, and so anyways, I have different grades that can be made, and then the breakdown of what you're getting, graded on, and then it also kind of has what the expectations are for each part of that. Then let's see, dual credit. So I'm not dual credit, so made that invisible. Instructor and course policies. Um, So it says required, so I'm gonna have to put something in here. And so I'll have to look through my syllabus and see, maybe I could put, my behavior policy, maybe what students may be dropped for the following reasons, that kind of stuff. Uh, so that's probably what I'll put there. And I think that's most of it because the rest of this, once again, I didn't put this in. This is already in here. So they already have their own attendance policy and drop and all that kind of stuff here written. So I think that's about it. And so, yep, it's got your ADA, it's got everything here. So this is actually probably going to make life a little bit easier because you're not going to have to post this in iStar. Once you do this, it'll be fine. Everything will be there. So tentative course schedule, I guess you could put some dates in here and stuff since it's tentative. If it changes, I guess that would be okay. But I made mine invisible. I just wouldn't really worry about it. Same thing right here. And so I can't submit it yet. I can preview it. The reason I can't submit it yet is because I have these two right here that are blank. So I'll need to go back and finish that. But once you feel good about it, you can preview it. I'll go ahead and preview this one so you can see what it looks like. And to me, it looks fairly nice. So here it is. Got that information, instructor information, course overview. Once again, I didn't put that in there. This stuff is already going to be populated. And then there's text materials, optional text materials. So I guess, yeah. Okay, so then technology requirements, once again, that was already in there. So it doesn't look too bad to me. And so it seems actually pretty simple, like they say it is in their name. Um, So anyways, if you have any problems with it, just feel free to reach out and get some help. But like I said, I don't think it's going to be too difficult.